Okay, today we're going to work on some intermediate and advanced spinning with the staff today. So if you haven't watched the one for beginning spins, go back and watch that first, get those down because we're going to use those for the first portion of this video, and then at the end I'm going to get into a more of an advanced spin. So the first few are more of an intermediate style. We're going to use the spins that we already know, but we're going to use them walking now. So the concept is the same for all the spins. As far as if you're using them walking, you're going to apply those same principles. So as I said, make sure you go back and watch that first video if you don't have those spins down. So let's get right to it. The first one I'm going to work on walking is the forward figure eight, two hands. Okay, so just a quick review. The forward figure eight was moving this way, and if I'm stationary, moving my hips through and getting a good motion down. So if I want to advance that and get better at it, I'm going to do that walking. So I would just take a step, and as I step now, the hand that's going down is this foot that's stepping forward. So much like if we're going to strike with our lead hand and I step with the same side. So as I bring it across, then I step and down and down. And that's how you would do the forward figure eight now walking. So if I'm going to do it walking forward this way, see at the side view, and if I turn, I'll go this way. And then I can also do it backwards. So I want to go backward both ways now to practice some movement. I can do the same exact thing now with my single hand figure eight as well. Again, as I step that hand, now since I'm only using one, it really doesn't matter which way I step. Since I'm right side dominant, I'm going to step first with my right side. So going this way, same thing as I would do with the other side without moving at all. I'm going to do that, use those same principles. So now if I'm going to switch, I can do the same thing, switching hands, moving forward as well. So I'm going to switch back and forth, and I like to step as I'm switching across. So I'm going to step, it comes, then I step again, and this helps me keep my rhythm down for my spin. I can also do this one backwards as well. So again, I'm just applying the same principles and I'm moving at the same time. So since I've got some practice down with my basic spins, adding movement adds another element of skill to that. So now reverse figure eight, same thing. Moving up, I'm going to step. Now this one, I step when my staff is on the opposite side. So as I step forward, that's when I swing opposite side up this way. See, I'm scooping from the opposite side that I'm stepping with. I'm going this way, same thing, moving forward. I can go backwards, same principle. I can now apply that with the single hand reverse. So again, as I step, it's on the opposite side, and now because it's only one hand, I can go backwards this way, and then backwards and turning. All right, switching hands, the same thing, stepping forward, up, cutting up. Again, I'm stepping as I cut up, and then as I switch, I take another step. Going this way, same thing, 1, 2, 3, I can go backwards, 2, 3. All right. Now one cool trick that I learned when I was first learning the staff and moving is you're going towards, you start with a forward figure eight, and if you do a turn, you can go backwards now with a reverse figure eight or continue forward. But when you do that turn, if you continue the staff moving, it'll change the direction of the spin. So give that one a try, and that's a little bit more advanced than just the moving part. So that's how to advance your basic spins. All right, so another one we did in the basics video was this propeller spin. So we have this propeller spin. If you have that one down and you're confident, you can take that above the head. And I mean confident. You have to be ready to, if you're unsure with the hands and you drop the staff, it's gonna hurt. So make sure you're confident with the propeller spin in the front. So that's one way to advance your propeller spin. All right, the last one that I'm gonna go over in this video is the waist roll, and we're going to move the waist roll into the above the head spin. So the waist roll is, it's just like it sounds. I'm going to take the staff in one hand, I'm going to roll it across my waist to the other. All right, so this looks pretty easy. It is, but this is just the beginning, and this is the method to gain momentum for the staff. All right, so I'm gaining this way, and you want to do this a few times before you try the next part to make sure that you're able to maintain contact as you go. So now we're going to go from the waist roll into the overhead spin. The overhead spin, there's two ways to do that now, and it's a matter of personal preference. We're going to do one where you bring it into the palm of your hand, and basically your staff is going to come into the palm of your hand and it's going to spin there. All right, and then the other one is where it's going to spin around the back of your hand, and we're going to catch it in that manner. So if I were to do it this way in midair, it would be over the back of my hand, and I would grab it that way. So the waist roll into the overhead spin looks something like this. So I'm going to get my confidence, waist to waist. Now when I bring it through and I'm ready to do the over the head, I'm going to bring it into my open hand up this way and above my head. All right, so when I'm ready to catch, I'm going to bring it this way instead of gripping with the palm towards me. I'm going to bring it palm up. So I got my waist roll, getting momentum, back and forth, and I'm going to go up, get a rotation. You see I just come down in this behind the back type of thing, and then I can go back. And if you're really confident, you can do it on both sides. I'm very dominant with my right hand on this one, so this is what I'm going to show in the video. I would love to see videos of you guys doing it with both sides. That would be awesome. So I'm up and back this way. So that's one way to do it. You don't need a super amount of momentum with that, but you need enough for it to get around so you can grab the staff and do the low block with the palm up. Now, the other version is, for me, is a little bit more difficult. Some people might find it a little bit easier, but this one, I'm actually, when I bring it up, I'm going to let the staff and keep my hand more vertical, up and down, and it's going to go around the back of my hand and down. All right, so for that method, you have that momentum. You really get a big oomph as you're bringing it up. So you're going to get your confident waist roll, back and forth, and you come up, and it comes around. You see there's a little flick, and not quite as fluid with that one. I didn't quite get enough momentum on that one. So that's the waist roll into the overhead spin. Hope you enjoyed this video on some intermediate and advanced spinning. Show me what you got in some of your own videos, and make sure if you don't have the beginner spins down, you get those down first before attempting any of these. Thanks for watching. Tung Su.